All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to sunny Phoenix. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to sunny Phoenix for a 120-lap race. It's race number 4 of the season. Oh, it's all about the Dogleg here, baby. Taking care of your tires and getting on pit lane and off pit lane smoothly. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here in sunny Phoenix? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Buschwackers Friday night here at High Octane Racing League and TurnLeftTV. 120 laps from Phoenix, race number 4, and it's hitting you in the face right now. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. So I got a good race headed your way. This is sunny Phoenix tonight. 120 lap race, race number 4 of the season. Phoenix Raceway, a fun one. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, owner of High Octane Racing League. And thank you again for coming out here and joining us tonight. Tonight's race has been brought to you by, or is being brought to you by, EliteHostUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. You want one for your league? No matter where you are in the world, EliteHostUSA.com can provide you with servers that will help you out in your local area, give you the best pings. That's, again, who provides our servers here at highoctaneracing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. There's a quick link to our Discord server if you'd like to join us and do some racing. We got some great racing, man. We got trucks, we got stock cars, we got GT3, we do BTCC, we do Indy cars. We do a little bit of everything here at High Octane Racing League. That's kind of what separates us from the others, and we love it. We've got a great international following, people racing from all over the world coming in here to race with us. highoctaneracing.net. Again, you'll get updates of point standings and a quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our business. Looks like you got about 4.5 minutes left to go in the practice session before we go to quals. Give us a chance to take a look at the track here at Phoenix. Just a little over a mile in length, 1.6 kilometers, 4 turns. Look at this, turns 1 and 2, 10 to 11 degrees of banking, 3 and 4, roughly around 8 to 9 degrees. The Dogleg, turn number 5, in my opinion, 10 to 11 degrees of banking. That is a really kind of unique area of the track. And again, a lot of fun here at Phoenix, but man, that Dogleg is really pronounced. And again, 10 degrees bank there. Backstretch, you get some banking there, and front stretch a little bit of banking. But man, I tell you what, that Dogleg really matters here at Phoenix. So I love this track. A lot of fun to race this track. And we got a busy weekend for you too of racing headed your way. speaking of racing this weekend, man, coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 60-minute race. It's race number 2 in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series, Indy Road Course. It's my home. After the race, come on over for some beers. I live about 45 miles away or so from Indy, just north of Indy. And I've been to Indianapolis Motor Speedway many, many times, man. Grew up watching the Indy 500. Went to the Brickyard the first 10 years of the Brickyard. Been to some iRock races, GT3 races, truck races, iRock. Did I mention iRock? Oh, I think I did. A lot of racing here. But hey, man, Indy Road Course, one of my favorite road courses. 60-minute race coming up. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. Arthur Vieta, 127 points, just a 10-point lead over Craig Marizon. Sean Jacobs sits third, John Stanley fourth, Gordon Carter sits fifth in points. You see Claudio Bardelli Jr., Givaldo Spindola, Steve Pierce, Gilmar Peixoto, and Tiago Gomez rounding out the top 10. Take a look at P11 through 20. Some of those guys, it looks like they have dropped out of the series. About 3 of those guys have dropped out. 4 of those guys that still appearing on the standings. And lastly there, also dropped out of the series. So that's the standings here in the Buschwackers series. Get some chatters in here as well. Givaldo heading up the chat. Good luck to all the participants. Wishing me a good luck here in the broadcast. It's always good for that. And look at this, man. It'll be that today. We'll love the changes among the top 3. Arthur Vieta, Craig Marizon, Sean Jacobs. And he thinks Arthur Vieta will leave and still remain in P1. So very interesting prediction there from Givaldo. Bold statement there from him. Take a look at Givaldo in S68. The only man in Brazil to have a High Octane Racing League hat. We sent that to him. Took a month or so to get to him. But we're happy that he's gotten it now. It looks like a practice session is over. We'll get to the qual session. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Tuesday, November the 7th. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 100-lap race from Charlotte Motor Speedway, man. Lady Charlotte. And it's race number 6 of the season. We had a great race last Tuesday at Phoenix, and I'm excited about Charlotte. Little bumpy track there at Charlotte, but it's going to be a lot of fun in the Tough Truck Series. And again, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Saturday Night Thunder coming up tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, race number 3. They'll be at Phoenix for a 120-lap race. And, man, these stock cars, the cup cars, a lot of fun, and it's going to be a fun one at Phoenix. 120 laps in the Saturday Night Thunder. They get Ben Silva, the first one out here. He is laps in. We have some late joiners here, I think. Right now, 12 drivers. I think we're going to have some guys joining during the warm-up session, maybe during quals. Vinner Silva, the 2X car tonight. We'll look and see how he heads out here. Probably sitting this 27.241. Eugene Fedorov. Good run there for him. Robillard down to the top of the grid with a 26.743. Silva second on the grid. Gordon Carter down to the top of the grid here. His 56 car. High place moving sponsor machine. Fast in that second sector. Let's see where he ends up. Oh, way up there against the wall. 26.815. Marizon as the top of the grid now. Got John Stanley, the 12 car. 27.075 there for him. Sean Jacobs finishing up his quals, and it looks like maybe Artur Vieira getting after it here. Fast to that second sector. $26.573 for the Brazilian. Artur Vieira down to the top of the grid. What's about Gimaldo going to do in his 68 car? A little bit of work to do here in sector number 2. Oh, looks like he has backed that off there. So Gimaldo going to start in P12. So it looks like our top time is Artur Vieira. He is going to win the pole here, and these guys are going to use the remaining time to go over the drivers' meeting. I don't think Udichin's is... Udichin definitely has run some laps there, so it looks like Artur Vieira is our top time and will be our pole setter here. So again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here and watching the broadcast. And don't forget, we're going to get this party started. All right, welcome back. And our quals have ended. These guys still going through the driver's meeting. It really officially about 3 minutes left in quals, but everybody has qualified. And again, you're joining us here on TurnLeftTV. This is the High Octane Racing Buschwackers series. It's race number 4 of the season, and we're at Phoenix International Raceway. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks for joining us. Got some GT3 action in store too, by the way. So appreciate everybody supporting us on Saturdays. And we always love the GT3 stuff. All right, looks like qualifications have ended. All right, qualies have ended, or quali has ended. And we'll take a look at the session results. Arthur Vieta starts in P1. Craig Marizot starts in his second position. That's going to be a battle right there between those two guys. Gordon Carter, Dana Grover make up row number 2. Todd Rublar, Benner Silver, row 3. Sean Jacobs, Julio Caligari, row number 4. Eugene Fedorov and John Stanley make up row number 5. Row number 6, Dennis Udich and Givaldo Spindle. And we got a couple of drivers here, I think, going to be joining us in the warm-up session. So we'll have 13, 14 drivers, I believe. maybe more. I tell you what, man, we're going to take a look at the race keys here at Phoenix. Respect the Dogleg. See Archer going through that Dogleg area now. It's almost like a fifth turn. I really do think it's like a fifth turn here. Tire management. Manage those tires. This thing can be a little tough on tires. It's easy to really, really drive this car, overdrive this car at this track. Track position going to be really, really important at the end of the race, and it can be a little tough to pass here. Also, make sure your pit stops are on point tonight, and exercise a little bit of patience here in traffic and trying to make those passes. So those are my keys to the race here at Phoenix. Take a look at the schedule here. Next week, we will be at Kentucky. 100-lap race there. And that will be a fun one. Kentucky's always a fun track. One of my greatest races ever at Kentucky. Great battle. Enjoyed that very, very much. So this has always been one that I've favored. But that'll be coming up next week. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV to round out the first half of the season. My pick tonight to win this race, let's see. I wonder if Dana can keep his head on his shoulders here, and not get distracted by the ladies. My pick is going to be Dana Grover here tonight in that Toyota. And the ladies at Tracks VR. Give me a call. Oh, man. So that's my pick. A lot of folks in here. Fireball Flash, that's Dana. Jack T in here. Jack Trawick chatting it up as well. He's rooting Dana on. Then Darren Holloway. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Good to see Darren out. We're in the warm-up session now. About 6 minutes left in warm-up. You can see Gilmar Peixoto out in the 71 car. Great looking paint scheme. Franco Alvarez does some great painting for us. Argentinian driver, and he loves sim racing. Does a lot of different video games, but he loves that sim racing. But he is absolutely fantastic at painting cars, and he's been doing some trucks for us as well in the truck series. And really a lot of mad talent there. And he did this car for Gilmar Peixoto. Has Gilmar's some very, I don't know what all that stuff means, but I know it's probably pretty, something that's, close to him. Take a look at Denis Shugin here in that 47 car, racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Eugene Fedorov out here as well. Eugene and Dennis, good friends. What I like about sim racing, man, you bring people together all over the world, from all over the world, no matter what's going on in the world, you bring people together and you say, hey, man, put all that stuff down and get out here and sim race and love each other. And Udichin gets up really, really early to race with us. I think Fedorov gets up early too. Look at that, man. Fedorov does some absolutely fantastic paint schemes. Eugene Fedorov, a punk rocker. That he was getting his daughters into punk rock, huh? How about that? That's awesome, man. Love having conversations with Eugene. He's awesome. Sends me some messages and pictures and so forth, and really like his eye here on paint schemes too. Really dig that stuff. Like when guys paint their own schemes and really do a fantastic job. You're going to take a look at this GT3 series, again, coming up tomorrow. 60-minute race starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Indy road course. And take a look at that schedule there. We'll be at NOLA Motorsports Park coming up on November the 11th. That is Veterans Day here in the United States. Daytona road course on 18 November, Lime Rock Park. Virginia International VIR, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and Sebring International in that series. And we'll be broadcasting live tomorrow, 2 p.m. from Indy Road Course. Well, get your picks in now, boys and girls. Get your picks in now. All right, boys and girls, it is that time, isn't it? It's that time. And we are going to make it happen here at Phoenix, 120-lap race. And who's got what it takes to bring home the victory tonight? There's only one way to find out. Watch it right here, baby. The warm-up is over, getting after it.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Got your picks in now. Not much time left to get those picks in. If you're going to get them in, you better get them in here. Take a look at the starting order here tonight. Arch Vieta starts in P1 in that 4 car. Second position will be Craig Marazon. Starting in third, Gordon Carter. Dana Grover in the 89 starts in P4. Starting at P5 will be Todd Robillard in the 90. Ben Silva starts in the 6th position. Sean Jacobs 7th. Julio Caligari starts in P8. Starting in the 9th position, Eugene Fedorov. John Stanley starts in the 10th position. Starting in 11th is Dennis Udich, and Givaldo Spindola starts in the 12th position. Starting in 13th will be Gilmar Peixoto, and Ritsky Novar in the 10 starts in P14. Keys to the race here, man. Respect the dog leg tonight. Tire management, track positions, about everything here, and make sure those pit stops are on point and exercise a little bit of patience here tonight, and you should come out on top. Archer Vieta will lead the field to take the green flag here tonight at Phoenix. So hopefully everybody exercises a little bit of patience. We had a great race at in the truck series earlier this week. In the Buschwackers series, top it.
Green flag,
Here we
go, go.
Green, green, green. Vieta down on the inside. Marazon tucks in the 2nd position. Archer Vieta leading the field through the dog leg. Dana Grover running in that 3rd position as Marazon following in P2. Take a look at Craig Marazon in the 2nd position in that 60 car. Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine. Grover down to the inside, feeling a little frisky here side by side. That 89 car on board here with Craig Marazon as the 89 trying to get through in the dog leg. That 89 car on the inside trying to make a pass here early on, and Dana Grover going to move up to P2. Gordon Carter, Todd Robillard here battling it out for the 4th position. Gordon Carter in the 56 in P4. Todd Robillard in the 90 is in P5. Take a look at the 47 car and the 84 side by side. And 47 car getting through. Archer Vieta in the 4 car, the leader. Dana Grover in P2. Craig Marazon 3rd, Gordon Carter 4th. Robillard rounding out the top 5. We'll take a look at Gilmar Peixoto here and Ritsky Novar. Oh my, look at these guys got together there. Just about got together. That's 71 on the inside line. Brazilian now getting around the Indonesian driver of Ritsky Novar. Ritsky coming in late here. Sent him a message, said, get out here and get after it, man. Look at this, the 90 and the 56 battling side by side. Sunoco sponsor machine. Todd Robillard, of our Rhode Island drivers, battling the Canadian. Chevys here duking it out, and Dana Grover here now going for the race lead. Dana Grover in the 89 car battling Archer Vieta and gets to the race lead. Great job for the 89, Dana Grover. Track PR sponsor Toyota. So Grover the leader. Take a look at this. John Stanley to the inside. John Stanley in the 3X of Julio Caligari. John Stanley in the 12, getting by Julio Caligari. Stanley now up to the 8th position. Caligari falling back to P9.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we might have a spin here. We might have a spin. Fedorov off the pace, and I think also Ritsky Novar off the pace too. We'll take a look at Ritsky Novar. He's off the pace, so there was a spin there. And our first caution flag here on lap 7. And Dana Grover will take the yellow flag. So we'll take a look and see what happened. Take a look here. Oh, the 10 car gets into the back of Fedorov. Oh, the 71 comes through and smacks that 10 car. So a little bit too much gusto here as the 10 gets into the back of the 84. Right there, spins him. And then up the track as he goes. And I think Gilmar's going to clip him right here. Gilmar clips the front of that car. And Spindola gets through. Valda had a ringside seat for that action. On board here with the Givaldo, as you see Novar there snapping back, and Gilmar gets through. And just a little bit of see this 84 car here, and there's contact there in the 84. He gets sideways and straightens it up, and you see that extracurricular. It does a good job of getting that car back up on the track and not panicking, so maybe a little bit of damage there for him. But Ritsky Novar definitely going to have some damage to his machine. So we'll have a longest line penalty. Pit stops underway here. So guys on pit lane taking some service. Yushin staying out here, leading a few laps. Eugene Fedorov coming on to pit lane. So a lot of guys taking this opportunity to maybe freshen up those tires. No in-car adjustments other than track bar, and you can do that on the track. So this is a fixed setup league. Interesting there, my second feed happened to go down here, so we're trying to get that up and running. Interesting here to see what Uderchin does, whether he actually dives down pit lane here. You know, it is early in the race, but I think for the most part, I'd probably want to make sure I pit, get some fresh tires on this thing. Because you never know, we might have a long green flag run, and you could pay the price on that pitting under green with everybody else off sequence. And it does look like he's going to take the opportunity to come down pit lane here. So good call for Dennis Uderchin. Thinking on the same page there, I believe. And I believe that's going to give the lead to Gordon Carter. And these guys lining it back up. So Gordon Carter on the inside line, Robillard up on the outside line, 24. 24, Sean Jacobs running in third. John Stanley running in the fourth position. Vieira will start in P5. It's like actually Dana Grover will start P5. Vieira starts in P6. Take a look and make sure our side-by-side's working here. So now that I got that up and running again, that's working. For now, pace car's off. Getting ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
So back to green here at Phoenix. As Gordon Carter and Todd Robillard side by side here. Robillard's got the advantage, I think, on the outside line, and he's going to take that spot. Gordon Carter falling back to the second position. But challenging the 90 car. I'm going to let him have the room that he needs to be able to pull up that pass. And now Robillard using a little muscle there coming off the turn. R.D. Vieira running in the fifth position. He and Dana Grover and also Sean Jacobs battling right now. These guys in a little bit of a mess right here. This is a wad of cars. As a 24 Vulcan sponsor machine, Cal U. As a Dana Grover getting by. And Sean Jacobs back to the fifth position. Craig Marizon, R.D. Vieira side by side here as well. And looks like Vieira on the outside line might have the advantage here, but Marizon pushing the issue here. Benner Silva also in this mix in that 2X car. Take a look at Arthur Vieira. He's starting to peek around here on the low side of the 24. As we take a look at that 24 car just beside Arthur Vieira. And Vieira now going to clear that 24, I believe. Maybe not so fast, huh? And Vieira there clears him. Vieira now in P5. Robillard the leader. Gordon Carter in second. We got a great battle here, man. Marizon in this mix. Craig Marizon in the 60. Giulio Caligari in this mix as well. Marizon in that Magpul Dynamics sponsor number 60 car battling Sean Jacobs. Great battle here, side by side. Jacobs using that outside line. He had a great race in the Truck Series on Tuesday. And looking to have a good weekend here at Phoenix in the Cup cars and tonight in the Xfinity cars. Marizon getting that spot. Take a look at the 90 here of Todd Robillard. Opened up a little bit of gap, about half a second gap. Gordon Carter and John Stanley here starting to duke it out. Stanley in that Stanley Tools sponsored Ford Mustang. Running in P3, looking really strong here tonight. Board here with him as he's starting to push the issue there with Gordon Carter in that 56 car. These guys, about a 3-car breakaway for these guys. Dana Grover about a second back, running in the fourth position. Arthur Vieira just behind him in the 4 car. Artevieta and Dana Grover here now battling side by side. Artevieta in the 4, Dana Grover in that 89 car. And Artevieta getting by Dana Grover, and now we've got a battle here behind. Benor Silva also in this mix. Benor Silva getting by the 89 cars. This 89 car falling back a little bit. Not sure if there's something that's happened to him, but he is falling off just a little bit here. We'll see if we can catch something here with Dana Grover if there's been an issue. See anything issue there? Maybe not hearing anything on the radio from the 89, but Vieta getting by. We're taking a look at this pass. This is on replay. Vieta working that bottom side. Grover up on the outside line, and Vieta gets by. So Benor Silva also getting by. Grover now back to P6. And Vieta starting to move up here and getting by the 12 car. So Vieta on the move. The 12 of John Stanley back to P4. Dennis Udichin and Gilmar Peixoto here battling it out. It's a 47 Toyota on the inside line and the 71 up on the outside line. And also Givaldo in this mix. Givaldo running at P14. He's starting to roll up on this battle. And it looks like Peixoto and Udichin really battling it out right now. Peixoto at 71 on the inside, 47, and Dennis Udichin up on the outside line. Little Chevy versus Toyota battle. Couple Chevys and a Toyota here. Benor Silva, the 2X car. John Stanley in the 12. Giving the 2X a lot of room here. Realized the 2X was faster and let him go. So now Benor Silva up to P4. Take a look at this battle here. Craig Marizon in the 60. Down on the inside, Sean Jacobs trying to follow through as well. Looking out of the back of the 60 car. Camera angles here are sus, if you will. Marizon getting by, and now Sean Jacobs and Dana Grover having a little bit of a fist fight. On board here with Sean Jacobs, looking out of the front of his machine at that Fireball Flash number 89 car. Good battle here. Four-way battle now. Look at this battle here. 4 and the 56. The 4. Artevieta moving his way up through the field. He is our points leader. And now has gotten around Gordon Carter and sets his sights on Tom Robillard. Artevieta up to P2. Gordon Carter back to the 3rd position. Benor Silva on the move as well. He's running in P4. John Stanley rounding out the top 5. Look at this. Look at this. The 4 car, maybe a little tire save strategy here, battling that 90. And the 4 car takes the race lead. Artevieta worked his way up through traffic after that pit stop and now finds himself leading this field. Eugene Fedorov and Giulio Caligari here battling it out. You see Dana Grover just ahead. This is for the 9th position. Side by side there, Giulio Caligari up on the outside. It's Fedorov in the 84 on the inside. And Caligari really throws that 3X car into the turn. And that's going to give the 84 a little bit of room here to get by. So 3X, I think, had to chase that car up the track after a little bit too much speed there. Craig Marizon and the 60 in the 60 car battling the 12. Marizon getting around the 12 car. Take a look at the 12 of John Stanley in that Ford. He's running in P6. Marzon up to P5 into 60 here on lap 33. Vieira the leader. Robillard does not let him get away though. Robillard just about 3/10 back. Almost 4/10 back now. Running into second position. But Vieira has worked his way up through traffic. We'll see how that works as far as tires are concerned late in this run. Benor Silva, look at this. Benor Silva, the 2X car. Gordon Carter in the 56. Couple Camaros here battling. And Benor Silva getting around. Taking over the third position. Gordon Carter back to P4. Look at Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs to the inside of the 12 car. 24 looked like he has a long run car ahead of him or underneath him in that Vulcan sponsor machine. Got that sponsorship there. The Sun plays for Cal U. Cal U of Pennsylvania. And he plays baseball for them. So Sean has that paint scheme, and that's another one of those great paint schemes that Alvarez did for us. I think I helped on that one actually and sent it to him, and he fixed my problems or made it a lot better, but he does a great job. But another great paint scheme, and now Sean Jacobs up to P6. Dana Grovey here now moving back up through this field. Dana Grover in 89. John Stanley there starting to fall back a little bit as Grover gets by. Caligari going to try to sneak by as well. Looking out of the back of Grover's machine, you see Giulio Caligari. Also Eugene Fedorov in this mix. A little squirrely there for Caligari, and he's going to get by. Caligari now running in P8. Fedorov looking to get around as well. Eugene Fedorov on this bottom side looking to get around John Stanley. Tires may be giving up on that 12 car. I tell you what, man, you better be paying attention here. Better be paying attention because that guy right there on the move, that is Benor Silva. One of those Brazilian legends. I've known Benor Silva for a long time, man. Raced with him, quite a number of years ago. And this guy can flat out drive. And anytime you get around Todd Robillard, you are doing something. 90 car now back to P3. Silva up to the second position. Can he run down Arthur Vieira? Vieira is the leader in the 4 car. Take a look at Ritsky Novar here in the 10, bouncing back from that earlier incident, now running in the 11th position. With a little bit of damage he's dealing with on that car. Trying to salvage a good finish. I sent him a message that he's done so much work for us here at High Octane Racing League. Can't say enough about Ritsky Novar and the work he's done for helping us out with car sets and so forth. He is just absolutely fantastic at that. He's racing all the way from Indonesia. So Ritsky Novar running in P11 right now. 60 car, Craig Marzon now rolling up on Gordon Carter, the 24 in tow. And Marzon pulls off that pass up to the 4th position. Gordon Carter back to P5, and Sean Jacobs starting to challenge. Gordon Carter wants to hold on to that spot. Caligari now mixing it up here. Caligari in the 3X. He's got Eugene Fedorov just behind him. The 89 Dana Grove on the outside line. And the 3X. Oh, Giulio Caligari. Man, he just slipped that car through. My heavens, man. How did he know he had enough room? And now Fedorov trying to sneak through. Eugene Fedorov on the inside trying to get by Dana Grover. Wow, man, what's the racing going on there? Giulio Caligari, gutsy move. now up to the 7th position. Dana Grover running in P8. Fedorov is in the 9th position. Sean Jacobs says, I've had enough of this, man. Come on, Gordon, let me by. And the 24 getting by that 56. I think 56 gave him a lot of room. Gordon Carter realizes he's one of the a pretty savvy driver out there. And he realizes, hey, if you're faster, I'm going to let you go. He realizes the futility of trying to hold somebody back, especially early in the race here. And that's just good racing sense right there. Good racing, high racing IQ from High Place Moving, sponsored machine. Dana Grover said, hey, man, I'm not done with you. I know you got by, but I'm going to get back by you. And the 89 car battling the 3X. Caligari and Grover having a good battle here. And now Caligari dropping back there. Is Fedorov going to try his hand at Caligari? So Dana Grover getting back by Giulio Caligari, taking back 7th position. Artur Vieira, the leader right now in the 4 car, and he's got a 2.7 second lead over Benor Silva. We're starting to get some guys saying they're coming down pit lane. I think maybe Fedorov is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane here. Pretty sure I heard Fedorov saying he's pitting. So we may see some more pit stops, and that is right. Fedorov is on pit lane. So we might see some more drivers coming down pit lane. Eugene Fedorov making a pit stop here. The 4 of Artur Vieira, the leader. Starting to hear some more guys coming down pit lane, some indicating that they're going to be making pit stops. The rule here is you announce to everybody else that you are going to make a pit stop. That way, you see Artur Vieira coming down pit lane as well. Our race leader, the 4 of Artur Vieira, making a pit stop. Benor Silva also coming down pit lane. So the 2 Brazilians pitting together. And that's going to give the race lead back to Todd Robillard, but I believe he is going to make a pit stop here. And now Fedorov coming back out on track. So we take a look at the 90 as he peels off the track to come down pit lane. That Sunoco-sponsored Camaro now making his pit stop. And that's going to give the race lead to Dana Grover in the 89 car. Robillard giving up the lead to come down pit lane. And he's making his pit stop as Dana Grover, the leader. Grover maybe trying a little bit of a strategy here. Little strategy. Robillard finishing up his pit stop, now coming back out on track in the 90 car. So Dana Grover, the leader, here in the Toyota Trax VR sponsored machine. Racing from Trax VR tonight. This guy's up in the Calgary area, providing, you see Dana Grover making a pit stop here, up in the Calgary area, making giving people a place to race, man. Really cool place there. Check it out, that on the web. And so Dana Grover coming down pit lane. On pit lane, making his pit stop. And I think that's going to give the race lead back to Artur Vieira. Grover finishing up his pit stop now, coming back out on track. So now back in P10. Some guys that may be pitting here a little bit later. I think 68 indicating he's going to be making a pit stop here. So Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car coming down pit lane. He might be the last of the crew here to make a pit stop. Yudichin and Jelmar Peixoto running in P13, P14. Those guys have already made pit stops. Spindola now the only guy on pit lane. Artevieta is our leader after pit stops, extending that lead now 3.1 seconds over Benor Silva. Robillard second, Marzon third, Jacobs rounding out the top five. I think Silva is breaking into that that gap right now. Not 3.1, but it's dropping below 3. You see him pushing that envelope there, dropping below 3 a little bit. So Silva, the 2X car, has been fast. He's shown that he can close in here on his these leaders. He's moved his way up through traffic and claimed that spot. So claimed that second position. Take a look at this. This is a wad of cars right now. Now Peixoto is a lap down. And he is ahead of John Stanley. Now Stanley is running in the 10th position. Ritsky Novar just behind him is the last car on the lead lap. Now these guys trying to get around the 71 car, as the 71 of Jelmar Peixoto is a lap down. Givaldo Spindola now finds himself 2 laps down, so not sure what's going on with Givaldo. Now off the pace here, running 2 laps down. Ritsky Novar here getting by John Stanley. With the 10 of Ritsky Novar battling the 12, John Stanley. Novar trying to bounce back from an earlier incident, now finds himself in the 10th position. John Stanley back to P11. We'll back up here with our leader, and that is Artevieta. 3.7 seconds, so we ducked away there for a little while, and now Arthur's showing that he's extended that lead over Benor Silva. Robillard back in the 3rd position in the 90 car as we approach, well, we're just past halfway. Grover and Caligari here rekindling a battle from earlier in the race. This 89 car down on the inside, getting by the 3X. So the 89 of Dana Grover making that pass, and now finds himself in P8. 9th position now is Giulio Caligari. And I think Caligari's got a long run car. I think he does. I mean, you know, just like Benor Silva, Silva had methodically worked his way up through the field. He's now shown in the 2nd position. Caligari started a little bit further back and started working his way up through the field. That, you know, kind of that run sort of tailed off there toward the end, but I think he is, you know, a long run car right now for the 3X. So he's going to let these guys go by and maybe reel these guys back in. He is now running in P9 as Dana Grover takes over the 8th position. Fedorov in this mix too. You see Fedorov running in P7 in the 84 car. He's one of our Russian drivers. Punk rocker, man. I think he's a drummer in a punk rock band. Look at that 89 there, sticking that front end underneath the 84 car. The battle of the 80s. The 89 tried to get around, and that Ford Mustang of Eugene Fedorov giving him a battle, but it looks like the 89 going to come out on top there and pick up 7th position. Trying to weave his way back through traffic. Remember, he pitted a little bit later, so he might have some fresher tires than some of these guys that pitted early in that sequence. We've had one caution flag as Artur Vieta continuing to lead. He is our points leader coming into tonight. Silva's second tonight here in our series. He's been a part-time racer, but looks like a little bit more. You see a little bit more out of him. He's starting to race on Tuesday nights in our Tough Truck series. Brickyard in 3rd, Bears on 4th. Jacobs running in the 5th position. Look at Sean Jacobs. You got Gordon Carter in that 56. So there was a battle there about 3/4 of the way through that run that we just had. And 24 got around. We'll see if he's able to pull away from Gordon Carter. Gordon Carter there holding his own. Got 3/10 of a second back to Sean Jacobs. Carter running in the 6th position. Sean Jacobs in the top 5. That battle there, we'll watch that. Keep an eye on that battle. Take a look at Craig Marizon in the 60 car. Kind of out there by himself right now. About a 6-second lead over Sean Jacobs. And he's about a second behind, a little over a second behind our 3rd place car, Todd Robillard. And it also looks like Craig Marizon's got a little bit better car on the longer runs. This Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine. Always a threat to win the race, man. This guy's a fantastic race car driver. And if something doesn't happen to him as far as connection goes, or he gets caught up in some other mess, he is usually in the hunt to win the race. Right now, Todd Robillard seems to be the better car of the two in this 90. Sunoco-sponsored Camaro running in P3. Giulio Caligari in this 3X. I mentioned how I think his car's a little bit better later in the runs, and he is now getting by Eugene Fedorov. Caligari now up to P8. Fedorov back to the 9th position in the 84 car. Fedorov trying to come back there, but that Ford not able to close in on the 3X Camaro of Giulio Caligari. Take a look at Dennis Udich, and he and Gilmar Peixoto have had quite a battle. And Udichin's going to get around Peixoto. Udichin is 1 lap down. Peixoto now shown, looks like 2 laps down in that 71. Dennis Udichin had a little bit of a spirited battle with Peixoto earlier in the race. And now those guys on different laps. So Udichin 1 lap down. There are 3 cars 1 lap down. Novar, Stanley, and Udichin. Spindola and Peixoto shown 2 laps down. Artur Vieta continuing to extend that lead. Artur Vieta, probably of all of the Brazilian drivers, I've known Artur Vieta the longest. And I say this, I've got a video where we were racing at Alta Velocidade in the GT3 series, and it was I think it was like Dijon-Prenois, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly where that race was, but it was rainy, and he was leading the race. I was battling for like 5th position, almost a lap down, and got into a little fisticuffs with the car I was battling with, and he was able to slip through, and on the last lap and win that race. But man, I almost took him out. And this guy can flat out drive anything, man. I mean, he did really well in that GT3 series at Alta Velocidade. And shout out to Jefferson Rickart. And I know he sort of dropped off racing a little bit since he's gotten married. And we were racing in his league. But I've known Artur for a long time, man. really before I really started diving in pretty seriously into broadcasting. We were racing together in that GT3 series. Raced over at NASCAR Total, IndyCar Brazil with him as well. And here at High Octane Racing League. And of course, NASCAR BR doing some stuff on Monday nights in the truck series, and a lot of us from High Octane Racing League have been going over there and supporting these guys. We've been having a lot of fun too. It's been some great racing. Monday nights start at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's 9:30 Brazil time. Actually, that's going to change too because we fall back an hour. So we'll have to figure out how that works for us. We're getting ready to change times here in Indiana and in the United States. So we'll see how that works as far as time is concerned. It might be +2 for us now. Might be a 7:30 start time for us. Now, I can't remember, man. I got to do the math on that. I'm not that smart. You see Artie Vieira now. So we're looking at Ben Silva's name on the list there. Artie Vieira now closing in on Eugene Fedorov. Fedorov wanting to stay on the lead lap. He is the last car on the lead lap. I don't know how hard he's going to fight here. A couple KG veterans here getting after it, and Artie Vieira going down to the inside. Fedorov trying to hold his own on this outside line. He doesn't want to go a lap down, but now he finds himself a lap down. He's in the lucky dog position if there is a crash or a caution flag. Take a look at this. Dennis Udich is starting to move up. He wants to get that lucky dog position. He's got a little work to do in this 47. The 12 of John Stanley going to let him through. Give him a lot of room. And the 90 car trying to weave his way through. The 90 of Robillard. He's on the lead lap, sandwiched in between a couple lap down cars. Robillard in that Sunoco sponsor machine. And I think John Stanley really has not had, he maybe has some damage to that 12 car. He's really not had the night, I think, that he may have wanted here in these Cup cars. Or in the Xfinity cars. Sorry about that. Now I'm getting some word that John Stanley is coming down pit lane. So the 12 car going to be making a pit stop here. So a little bit different sequence here for John Stanley for pit lane. As we are seeing John Stanley come down pit lane here, and that may be a clue for what's going to happen here with these other drivers here. John Stanley, the first to come down pit lane here on lap 81. What a horrible camera view that is, huh? Board here with John Stanley. Here in the 84 of Eugene Fedorov might be coming down pit lane as well. That crew indicating they need to come in, get some fuel and tires. Stanley finishing up his pit stop. He's going to give up a couple positions there as now John Stanley going down 2 laps. Pitting a little bit earlier. And Fedorov making a pit stop as well. So Eugene Fedorov on pit lane as we see Artur Vieira continuing to lead here on lap 84. And Fedorov finishing up his pit stop here in the 84 car, coming back out on track as the 4 of Artur Vieira continuing to lead. Claiming a spot here as some of those guys on pit lane. Uderchin now up to P10. Uderchin wants to get up to that lucky dog position. Giulio Caligari right now is in the lucky dog spot. Take a look at the Giulio Caligari in the 3X machine. Sean Jacobs indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So the Vulcan-sponsored Cal U Vulcan-sponsored Camaro on pit lane here on lap 86. 56, Gordon Carter indicating he's making a pit stop. I think Archer Vieta is giving up the race lead to come down pit lane. Robillard the leader. Vieta in our 4 car. He's our pole sitter. He is on pit lane. Robillard the leader. Vieta finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. He just looks fast, man, on and off pit lane. This 4 car is on rails tonight. 90 hoping to maybe do a little fuel mileage strategy, maybe catch a caution flag at the right time. Marizon, Carter, Caligari all on pit lane. Marizon finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Carter and Caligari. Carter finishing up his pit stop, now coming back out. Todd Robillard indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Going to get an idea of what it's like to pit at this joint. Robillard here coming down pit lane with just between 3 and 4. Road speed is 50. So the Sunoco sponsor machine coming around to get some Sunoco fuel and 4 tires in that machine. Does he get a discount on fuel? Sponsored by Sunoco. Dana Grover indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So in this Trax VR sponsor Toyota, he's getting some laps led here as Marizon is a lap down, now going to get around as Dana Grover coming down pit lane. That is fast right there. Whoa, that car got a little squirrely trying to get that thing woed up. My heavens. Now, Archer Vieta going to reclaim this lead. Udichin on pit lane. Grover on pit lane. Two rounds of green flag pit stops here. You see Dana Grover making a pit stop. Finishing up his pit stop now, coming back out on track. Archer Vieta here on lap 92. Picking them up and putting them down right now. Pit stops seem to be through now. Got through the entire sequence, I believe. As Grover now the first car 1 lap down. As Archer Vieta is 6 seconds up on Benor Silva. Robillard in 3rd, Marizon 4th, Jacobs 5th. Ritsky Novar in the 10 car, now up to the 10th position, or back up to the 10th position. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. He's running in the top 5 here. Good night here for him. Maybe not going to be too happy with this night, but I'll tell you what, anytime I'm going to end up in the top 5, I'm pretty happy. Gordon Carter starting to close in on Sean Jacobs. Gordon Carter in this 56 car looks a little bit faster here in this sequence. I mean, it's go time right now, and Gordon Carter seems like he's turned up the juice here. So good battle here between the 24 and the 56. We'll see how this battle shapes out. That 56 car is all over the back of Sean Jacobs. Gordon Carter seems to have turned up that intensity a little bit. We're on board there with Gordon Carter on that right side screen. We'll take a look at the Sean Jacobs on the left side trying to hold him off. Gordon Carter said it is go time now, boys. Starting to roll up on Gilmar Peixoto. A little lap traffic here. Sean Jacobs diving down to the inside, trying to get around that lap traffic to 71. Gilmar running at 3 laps down. He's going to get out of the way and let these guys fight it out. Pretty clean passes by both those guys. Gilmar made a little contact with the outside wall. But Gordon Carter trying to catch back up to that 24 car. This is for the 5th position. Marizon running in P4. It's gotten around that Ritsky Novar, number 10. Ritsky is running in the 10th position, 1 lap down. We've got 6 cars on the lead lap. Ritsky might have a little bit fresher stuff here than the 60 car, but not for position. The 60 car is in P4. Robillard running in the 3rd position. Marizon running in 4th. Silva running in the 2nd position. This battle here between Gordon Carter, Sean Jacobs starting to get tight again. Back up here, take a look at Artivieta as he's trying to weave his way through some traffic. Here on lap 101. I think they got enough to make it to the end. I'll be surprised if I see guys coming back down pit lane. I know Givaldo's on pit lane right now, but he's been a little bit off sequence. Givaldo running in T13, but he is on pit lane. And Artivieta now scrubbing off a little bit of speed here, trying to get around John Stanley. Caught him in a little bit of an awkward position, an awkward spot. John Stanley now going to let him go, and we've got Givaldo Spindola now coming back out on track after making his pit stop. As Artivieta getting by some lap traffic. Clear track ahead for him. Givaldo now climbing back up there on the track in P14. Artivieta, if he doesn't lose his connection, he is always a factor to win the race. This guy does not make a lot of mistakes. He is really, really a patient driver. He's got a calm demeanor. He's a smart driver as well. And he's able to adjust his strategy as the race unfolds. He's got a plan for the race, but he's able to adjust that as race conditions dictate. You don't see him make a lot of mistakes. He knows when to turn up the juice, when to be a little aggressive, when to back off, when to let people go. He's a very well-respected driver here at High Octane Racing League. Benor Silva. Anytime you got a little bit of a gap there on Benor Silva, you're doing something. Benor Silva, one of the great race car drivers, greatest race car drivers I've seen, man. It really is a fantastic sim racer. And here he is in the 2X, mixing it up, running in P2. Robillard running into 3rd position, another one of these fantastic race car drivers, man. He's doing the leadership role here for us tonight as he's an admin here at High Octane Racing League, one of our board members. and has a great perspective on things. Great advice. Here he is running in P3. There's on. Coming back out and racing with us, man. It was great to see Craig Marizon. He had some, some computer issues there for a while. Got those worked out. Maybe a new computer. And now here he is back racing with us, and he is a fantastic race car driver. Craig Marizon in the 60. Right now running in the 4th position. Rinsky Novar playing a little cat and mouse game with him right now. Novar running in the 10th position. Novar is 1 lap down in P10 in that 10 car. A little bit of a late addition here tonight. I sent him a message at the end of quals and said, hey, let's go, man. Let's get out here and race. And he said, hold warm up for me. And he jumped on. Here he is mixing it up. He's running in P10. Short notice for Rinsky Novar. But he's mixing it up with us. Go up here and look at P5, and that's Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs has got to be, I think, the guy, maybe Preston Hassel, who's not here, and I'm going to send out our well wishes to Preston and his family and his dad, especially for a speedy recovery. And definitely thinking about Preston and his family tonight. And, Preston and Sean, probably of all the people here at High Octane Racing League, I've known them the longest. I've been with High Octane Racing League since 2001. Took a little hiatus for a while, but Jacobs and Preston Hassel have been around for a long time too, since maybe about that 2004, 2005, maybe 2003 time frame, I should say. Sean Jacobs, one of our Pennsylvania drivers, here running in P5. Gordon Carter, a new addition here. But he has really stepped up the game and showed so much influence and discipline. We asked him to be on the board, and he's done a fantastic job for us, man. He's painting cars, giving us some great advice, doing a lot of work for us here at High Octane Racing League. And one of our Canadian drivers, old retiree, getting out here and mixing it up with us. He's running in P6 tonight, and we'll see him in the GT3 race tomorrow. Dana Grover here in the 89 car running in P7. Captured the lead there for a little while, but since pit stops shuffled around here, finds himself back in P7. But a good top 10 run here for the 89 car. Sporting that Trax VR paint scheme. Racing from their facility here tonight. And, Eugene Fedorov getting up early here for us tonight. Early in the morning there for those guys. Might be somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for Eugene Fedorov, and he's racing with us. And he's running in the 8th position in the 84. Julio Caligari out here racing with us in that 3X car running in P9. Good to see Julio out. Now, Rinsky Novar, of course, is in our top 10. Oh, Julio going to get around Gilmar right there. That got a little tight. Got a little tight there. Back up here with our race leader, and that is the 4 of Artur Vieira. Got a 5.5-second lead over Benor Silva. And we said, Vieira is leading in points. 5 laps to go for the 4 car. We've had 1 caution flag here. Great race here tonight. Just 1 caution flag early on, about lap 7 or 8. But now back at it. Been caution free since then. And And the 4 car weaved his way through traffic. Lapped down traffic and has picked him up and put him down here tonight. No change in the top 5. Silva second, Robillard third, Marizon fourth, Jacobs in fifth. 3 laps to go. We've got to change now here. Just as I say that, look at that. Sean Jacobs to the inside of the 60 car. This is 4th position. And Sean Jacobs going to pick up a late race spot here and now moves up to P4. Marizon back to the 5th position. Dennis Yulichin getting by Fedorov. I think Fedorov might have had to come down pit lane. So Fedorov on pit lane here late in the race. Wow. Maybe a little strategy there didn't come into play for Fedorov. 1 lap to go, I believe. Here for Artur Vieta. Artur Vieta leading in points. Gotten a couple wins this season. 1 win this season, and now finds himself for win number 2 here tonight. The 4 car, Artur Vieta, going to bring home the victory here at Phoenix. What a great run. He got the win at Phoenix in the Truck Series earlier this week. And now the 4 car in victory lane here in the Xfinity Series. So great job, Artur Vieta. Got a little NASCAR BR scheme there going on. Great job to Artur Vieta on that win. And that is a clinic right there. Absolute clinic by Artur Vieta. Great job to Artur. Gets the win. Wow. 2 in a row for the 4 team. Great job to Artur Vieta. He's burning them down. He said, I can't take these tires with me, so I'm going to burn them off. Let's take a look at the final results here tonight. Artur Vieta in the 4 gets the win. How about Benor Silva in the 2X car? Getting in, finishes in P2. Tom Robillard finishes 3rd. Sean Jacobs 4th. Craig Marizon finishes in the 5th position. Gordon Carter finishes in P6. Dana Grover finishes in that 7th position. Julio Caligari finishes 8th. Ritzky Nobar battles for a 10th place finish. Dennis Yulichin, 9th place finish. Dennis Yulichin finishes in P10. Finishing in the 11th position is John Stanley. Eugene Fedorov finishes in P12. Jomar Peixoto 13th. And Gilbaldo Spindola finishes in P14. So congratulations to Artur Vieta. I don't know what I got going on there, but let's fix that. Fix that right there. There we go. Get that a little bit more lined up. So congratulations to Artur on getting a big win. At Phoenix. And he doesn't do interviews, so we don't pay him enough apparently, so he doesn't do interviews, so he bailed. It's kind of late there in Brazil, but congratulations to Artur on getting the win. The top 5 run there for Silva, Robillard, Jacobs, and Marizon. Don't forget the schedule here. Coming up next week, we'll be at Kentucky Speedway to round out the first half of the season, and that'll be a fun one. Kentucky, always a fun track. And excited for that back half. We'll see how Milwaukee Mile tests. I took a little bit of a risk there. Pocono Raceway coming up on November the 24th. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, December the 1st. Gateway and California to finish out the season. Coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be at Indy Road Course. 60-minute race. Quals start at 2 p.m. Broadcast will start somewhere around 1:45 p.m. Don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. The Tough Trucks will be in action on Tuesday, November the 7th. Race number 6 of the season. And the Charlotte Motor Speedway, 100-lap race. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November the 7th. That's a Tuesday. Saturday Night Thunder is headed your way coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Cup Series right here from Phoenix. Race number 3 of the season, 120-lap race. Come on out and join us for some great racing on a Saturday night. Phoenix Raceway in the Saturday Night Thunder. I want to say thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel tonight. All those folks that come out and really support the channel. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on these videos. Get the algorithm talking. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Always looking for some more subscribers. And smash the bell when you have updates, or you'll get updates when races go live. But I appreciate everybody coming in and supporting me by watching the race. Sharing my videos with all your friends, and also subscribing. I really appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up button. Help me out here at Turn Left TV. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for joining us here. Congratulations. Parabéns to Arthur Vieira. And good to see him back in victory lane. And guys chatting it up there. That's going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you next time here on Turn Left TV. I am out of here.